Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to Kids Matter. My name is Araya and today this video will be part 3, the final part of the Joseph series. You can follow along in Genesis chapters 41 to 45. If you don't have a Bible, you can use your phone or your parents' phone. Before we start, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Now let's get started. We left off where Joseph interpreted his two friends' dreams and they came true. Now fast forward 10 years. The king of Egypt, aka Pharaoh, has a dream that he was standing by a riverside when he saw 7 fat, healthy cows. Then he saw 7 skinny, unhealthy cows. Something very disturbing happened next. So, I am warning you. The 7 skinny cows ate the fat cows, and then you would think that those cows would at least gain some flesh. But no. They stayed as skinny as ever. Then Pharaoh had another dream. There were 7 stalks of healthy grain. Then came 7 stalks of unhealthy grain, which choked the stalks of healthy grain and killed them. Pharaoh called all his interpreters and magicians to interpret the dream, but none of them could tell him the meaning. Then the cupbearer remembered Joseph. He told the king about Joseph and how he interpreted his dream in prison, and it came true. The king called for Joseph. Joseph told the king that the 7 healthy cows meant 7 years of harvest, good crops, good news. And the 7 unhealthy cows meant 7 years of famine, bad news. Then, Joseph interpreted Pharaoh's other dream. The 7 healthy stalks of grain meant the same thing as the 7 healthy cows, 7 years of harvest. And the 7 unhealthy stalks of grain meant the same thing as the 7 unhealthy cows, 7 years of famine. Joseph told Pharaoh that God was warning Pharaoh and that he needs to be prepared for the famine and save us some of the grain during the time of the harvest. Since Pharaoh was so touched by how humble and godly Joseph was, he set Joseph governor over Egypt so that Joseph could set apart the grain for the upcoming famine. When the famine came, only Egypt was prepared for it. So people from all over the land came to Egypt to get grain. Do you remember Joseph's brothers from the first video? Well, guess what? They went to Egypt to get grain for their father's household. When Joseph's brothers came to Egypt, Joseph easily recognized them. But they could not recognize Joseph because he was in Egypt for over 10 years. When he saw them, he didn't see Benjamin, so he decided to test his brothers to see if they were anything like the past or if they had a change of heart. The first test, Joseph accused them of being spies and threatened to put them in jail. But Judah stepped up and made a deal with Joseph, that his brothers would go home and ask his father to send Benjamin and Judah would stay in jail, because they didn't take Benjamin with them to get grain. When the brothers reached back to their father's household, they told him about what Joseph told them to do. Jacob was very defensive about sending Benjamin because he thought that Joseph was dead, and Benjamin was the last kin of Rachel, his beloved wife. When the grain ran out, Jacob had no choice but to send Benjamin with the brothers. When they reached back, Joseph set Judah free out of prison and brought the brothers to have a feast. The brothers were saying that the Lord was punishing them for what they did to Joseph a few years back. They thought that Joseph couldn't understand a word they were saying, but of course he could because he was Hebrew. The second test, Joseph put 4 times more food on Benjamin's plate than the other brothers to see how they would behave. The brothers were happy with Benjamin and showed no sign of jealousy. The third and the final test was that Joseph told his servants to put his silver cup in Benjamin's sack and then chase them when they were far off. When the servants brought back the brethren, Joseph said that he was going to make Benjamin his servant because he stole his cup, to see how his brothers would react. The brothers were very defensive about Benjamin and explained to Joseph how their father would die if they did not return with Benjamin. After that, Joseph couldn't hold it back anymore, so he called his servants out from him and showed his identity to his brothers. Then he told his brothers to go back to Egypt to their father and tell him to come to Egypt to see his long-lost son. The end. What I learned is that when we feel like we're trash and we could never do anything great, God always has a plan for our lives. Well, what did you learn? Comment in the comment section below. See you in the next video. Bye!